This is a review of this DIY magnetic window screen. I got this because we have these very pretty but annoying windows that you can't put screens on because the window edge goes in here. And then you also have these handles here and here that make it really hard to have like any custom screen. So I decided to opt for these magnet ones and I just cut around these handles. It has worked pretty well at keeping the bugs out. I did mess up this cutting here, but overall the bugs are staying out. And I put this on 2 windows so far. The first time I did it, I struggled a little bit, but the second time I figured it out and got the hang of it. So it was actually really easy the second time to do this. Um, and I'll go ahead and show you how I install it. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna do is take this magnetic strip that's flat on both sides with the adhesive, and you're gonna stick it onto the part of the window frame that you want the mesh on. So not the part that opens, obviously, but the part that's attached to your house. And you're gonna adhere it all around to where you want it. If you have handles like me, I cut it to end here and then I restarted it on the other side of this. I didn't want to go under because if you go under, you're gonna have to have the mesh over this handle, which doesn't really make sense. So I just decided to have a border around this handle. Okay, so the magnets are all on and stuck on now. As you can hopefully see, I basically cut around these handles here because I had no choice to. But these magnets are adhered on with the sticky side to the window frame top here. So that's what it looks like. I did leave a portion. You don't have to have it go all the way through to the corner really because they give you corner pieces that you can attach later. So it doesn't have to be all the way in the corner. Okay, so now the next step is you're gonna take this magnetic groove part and you're gonna stick it on to the edges like this and basically trim all around again. So the same thing as the first step, but instead of a sticky back, it's a magnetic back. So it's gonna stick to the frame like this. And I forgot to mention, all these pieces are really easy to cut with scissors. So that's all you need is just scissors. Okay, so the next step that they say is to cut some pieces of the plastic PVC part and clip the mesh onto the window frame that you created. I actually found that really hard to do and really hard on my arm. So I'm going to show you what I did instead. So what I did is I took the top portion of my window screen off, the top magnet strip off. So this piece. Then I took the magnet piece and the plastic PVC piece and lined it up so I can cut it to size like this. And as you can see, I laid the mesh out flat on the floor. Okay. So now what I'm gonna do is just leave some space around the edge in case you mess up. Um, but I kind of just laid the magnet part as straight as possible. I kind of used the line of my um, floorboards to line it up so that it's straight. And then I made sure this mesh is flat. So that way you don't get like looping or warping with your mesh screen. And then all you do is just kind of, all you have to do is push this PVC portion onto the magnet groove. Okay, so the mesh is all on now. Now we have to cut off the excess mesh around the sides. Okay, the last thing we have to do is put these corner pieces up here and attach it to the corners. And then they also have these wind clips, so you adhere it on behind this magnet and then you just clip it on, and that's so that if there's a really strong wind blowing in, it's not gonna make the screen fly off your window. All right, here's the final window with the screen on and cuts along where the handles are. But this is the best we can do for our window to keep it bug free, and it's pretty good.